Welcome back
to Small Ponds,
Big Dreams. I'm your host, Matt.
And this is his co-host in crime, James.
And we are here to provide you with fishy topics and knowledge weekly with some humorous antics on the side.
So what do you say, Matt? You want to dive into this week's episode?
Into the deep we go! What is up, Brotato Chip?
Oh, you know, same old, same old. How you doing this week, Matt?
Hey, man, I have had a long week. As you can maybe hear, I'm slightly under the weather. Everyone else in the house is also slightly under the weather. It just seems to be that time of year, you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm doing good. You? Good week?
It wasn't bad. I also went through some of that germiness at the beginning of the week, slightly getting over it now, but doing pretty good.
Expo germs.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we should wash our hands more.
Oh, yeah, I heard that as a good tip.
That's a good tip. I did.
Should have brought hand sanitizer with
I heard
us.
all of that afterwards.
Yeah, next year.
Next year. Plan ahead, folks. Plan ahead. Well, welcome back to another episode of Small Ponds, Big Dreams. We are glad to have you if you're listening. We did get to do something fishy, though, last weekend.
We did.
We did something that we have said we would never do again.
Right?
But we did it.
What was the temperatures last weekend?
We were 20.
Yeah, I think right around 20.
Right at 20, which is crazy because we're about to get a big warm-up.
Oh, huge warm-up.
Which I'm happy with, but we all know it's a fake spring, but still.
I mean, I will tell you, it will only be 38 degrees at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, when we go fishing tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's fine. What my plan is to, basically be warm in the morning, full warm gear, and then by the time it's 1, I'm betting it'll be in that 50 it's supposed to get to, and I'll just disrobe down to what I need to be in.
Is your wife going to let you fish till 1 o'clock on the old V day?
No, I'm good from 10 to 4.
Wow.
Yeah, on the good V day. She's under the weather, man. She's not really vibing it to this. But I'm gonna go home, make her a nice meal, and then I'm hoping to have candlelit dinner, and then we're gonna watch the new episode of The Pit, and hopefully a movie. I want to watch The Burbs because I just got done watching the television show The Burbs.
Okay.
It was amazing, dude. Have you seen the movie?
Oh, long time ago.
Yeah,
long time ago.
That's why I need to go back and watch it. But the TV show recommendations on high.
Which, by the way,
yeah,
I am rather sad if you didn't notice last weekend. We were talking about a movie we were both planning on watching last weekend.
And
it's not available anywhere to stream. I'm going to have to buy it.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that as well. That's why I didn't watch it.
I'm going to have to buy the 2-pack because, I know it's definitely going to date myself here. But, man, Grumpy Old Men is
a
classic.
Would you say it's the best fishing movie?
I don't know about the best fishing movie.
I think so.
I still have to watch River Runs Through It.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one either, so I guess I don't. Yeah, I can't really speak for that anyway. But yes, fishing last weekend.
Yeah. Speaking of Grumpy Old Men.
Ice fishing.
Ice fishing.
Out on a lake we have never been to before.
Yep.
So shout out previous guest Shane for hitting James up with a little knowledge, letting us know that there were some shacks out there. So we followed up last weekend, went out, popped a few holes in her. Now, let's not get to catches. I want to talk about the one thing I loved the most is we learned so much about the deeper than anything. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like what would you say, mobile sonar?
Yeah, it's usually advertised as a castable sonar, so you can cast it out on your, big swim bait rod, basically, because it's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Throw it out there, cast it out there, and reel it in, and you get that sonar view on your phone as it comes in, or if you let it sit.
It's a down imaging sonar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we found out there's an ice version, or an ice setting, and we started using that, and that was so cool.
Yeah.
Because we've never fished with electronics before. We have used your deeper a few times.
Yeah, mostly to map like
structure,
water temp, and
depth.
Yeah.
We did a lot of depth, but not much. It was only like a few ponds around here, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But I think that day, last weekend with the ice fishing, so much. So, I think what was crazy, so I'll go ahead and let everybody know. I did get a catch. I finally can say I caught something through the ice that wasn't a little itty bitty minnow. I need some editor James claps here, please. I did catch a nice catfish, and I did get to use the sonar, the deeper with it. And if it wasn't for the deeper, I wouldn't have caught that fish. And basically, on that view, which is crazy after we got in the car and talked about it afterwards, is you weren't paying attention to the same thing I was paying attention to. You were watching, like, what would you call that? The live view-ish?
It's live, yes, but it's more of a graph where it's your typical, what I would think of as your typical sonar graph.
Yeah, and then the other one is like a Vexilar graph, like an ice Vexilar graph. And that's what I was paying attention to because that's what I've seen the most. And I'm jigging that, what did I have? It was some kind of spoon with a rattle in it.
Glow-in-the-dark spoon?
Yeah, it was a glow-in-the-dark white spoon. Was it Wonder Bread? It might have been Wonder Bread.
Might
Did it
have
have
been.
dots on it? Like different colored dots?
I didn't get as close a look as you, who tied it on and threw it in the water.
I still own it, so I can take a look at it. But anyway, I know it was from VMC. That I do know.
Yeah.
So I'm jigging it off the bottom, and so the bottom was like different levels of color. It was like green down to orange, down to yellow, down to red. And I'm jigging on, I could see where my lure is right above bottom. And next thing I know, the red starts to move up. And I'm like, bottom doesn't do that. Bottom don't do that. So I start jigging up higher. It follows. I stopped. It smashed it. Reeled up. We had, what would you say, 2 pound? Maybe a little bit more.
What would you say? Probably a 14-inch to 16-inch catfish?
Yeah, it's decent size. Decent enough to break my rod.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Those are cats breaking rods.
Exactly. Most of the catfish I catch in my life break my rod. Maybe I just don't know how to handle them. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was your first real catch on an ice fishing rod.
Correct.
Which is totally different.
It was exhilarating.
Yeah.
It was a good fight. Now, hold on. Before we get on to that, it was a great fight. I enjoyed that. It sucked that your phone died right after that.
Yes, listeners, if you're using a deeper out in the snow on the ice, bring battery backups because the graph will suck your battery along with 20-degree weather will suck your battery life quick. I mean, we had it running for a good 2.5 hours before it finally died, but luckily I got a small video of the actual catch coming out of the ice, and then I put my phone away, pulled it out, it was dead. So I couldn't get a picture of the catch for you.
Yeah, but we did get a video.
Yep.
So that was good. Thanks for talking enough time for me to get through that. I just straight up wrong piped it on that water. Yeah, and then so your phone died. We couldn't link mine, and so we were out of the deeper, the sonar. We kind of just old school fished it like we did last time. No success. We were out there for like, 4 hours, 5 hours?
Yeah.
I was out there a good amount of time.
Yeah, probably about 4 hours.
Enough to freeze the hands off.
Oh yeah, I was happy to find out I still had all my toes.
I look over at James and he's shaking like a leaf. And I don't want the listeners to think that you were, underdressed. You were dressed.
Oh, I was warm for a long while.
Long time.
It creeped into the fingers and toes at about hour 4.
And I felt bad because I had a straight up snowsuit on. And I'm like, dude, I'm sweating. So I was fine, but my fingers got cold after I caught that fish.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I'll say. I had fun. Catching a fish through the ice is a whole other different experience than regular catching, regular fishing. But ice fishing just ain't for me. Like, I like it. It'll scratch the itch for me, but no. I just, open water, my man. It won't ever be. The casting, all of the extra that comes with open water, like, it just won't. It'll never beat it. Even if we had a shack. Like, if we had a shack.
I want to go above a shack and go for one of those, like, RV
like the one
setups.
Dude, you got to watch Sam Sobey on YouTube and watch his ice fishing. He's got exactly what you're talking about, and that stuff is so sick. Which, I mean, not going to lie, dude, we had 10 inches of ice where we were at, which, I mean, we could have probably had a decent-sized shack up there.
Until we got about halfway across.
So I started thinking about that. I don't think it was sketchy. I think there was like a fall on top to where it made a slush, and there probably was like 6 inches of ice underneath it. But you know what? Good and damn well that if I fall through that ice and I don't die, my wife's kicking my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm diving in with you because she'll kick my ass if I don't.
She'll kick my ass with your ass?
Probably. She'll rip my arm off and beat you with it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. No, she's not a violent woman, but she loves me super much, and she doesn't want anything to happen to me. So yeah, she like called me like 3 times while we were out there to make sure I was okay. So I wasn't gonna risk it. I was like, no, I'm good. That's what I believed was there. But yeah, we didn't want to risk it. And then yeah, we pieced out. And that was it, man. Nothing fishy other than that. Got plans for the upcoming weekend. We are having a warming trend here in Ohio, which is really unseasonable for this time of year.
Yeah, it makes me scared.
Did I tell you?
I still think you're crazy, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
there is a theory, or there is some people, weather people, talking about a winter storm that could blow like 48 inches into our area. Still coming by the end of the month. So I don't know. I do believe this is a fake spring. We always get a little bit of a fake spring.
We get a fake next season every season
Every
in
season.
Ohio.
Every season in Ohio. So I'm not going to believe it, but you know what I am going to do with it? I'm going to take full advantage.
Oh, for sure.
Full advantage.
Some of those nice Expo baits we bought a couple weeks ago are
Dude,
finally going to get used.
You know what I threw in the bag while I was getting everything ready? The Miko.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think we're going to be dirty water. That pink lemonade.
Don't let me forget the UV flashlight.
I think my wife just purchased one for me, but it's not going to be here by tomorrow. So yeah, dude, 100%. But I threw that in. Otherwise, right now, pre-tied, I got a big Joshy on in one of the prototype colors, the one that you didn't like, the black with the gold belly.
That wasn't bad.
I'm thinking it's going to be sunny tomorrow, and it's going to be muddy water.
I mean, on those big Joshy Sunburst are UV reactive.
Yeah. I might have to, but see, my problem is the ball heads that I picked up from Cabela's this week.
Yeah.
The shank of the hook's too long for the smaller ones, even almost too long for the bigger ones, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I got some owner ball heads, and I got some VMC tungsten moon eyes.
Are those 5-inch chartreuse ones you've got?
Yes.
Are they UV?
They're not UV, but they would be great. But 5-inch,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
kind of
little large
pushing
for
it
this-
for this
yeah.
time of year. In my opinion, it might be different for other people, but who knows? But I'm hoping that we get the warm up and then it continues through the week like they're supposed to, because I'm pond hopping next week, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking the drop shot out, and I am doing my thing. So that'll be exciting. Other than that, I do have something from the Donk Express.
The Donk Express, you say?
And not only, okay, so first things first, just as a little bit of a future nugget dropping, I would have had 2 packages today if a snowstorm didn't hit Pennsylvania last week. But I only have 1. And it is the one that is intended for you, my good man.
For me?
For you, sir. It is actually something that when I saw it, that you were the first person I thought of. And then not only were you the first person I thought of, about 2 days after I got it, I became disappointed.
Oh.
Not for you, but for moi.
Oh.
And I will divulge into that later. Other than that, we have something that I really think you are about to trip out about. And I'm going to hand these to you one by one. Now, I found these luckily through a tackle shop that I follow on Instagram. And this bait has not been released yet.
Oh.
But I did see it I have sent pictures. I have kind of been a little naughty and been sending you little hints here and there.
So are you going to shout out the bait shop?
The Hookup Tackle, Arizona. So what do you got there, James?
Oh my God. I have a micro BFS glide by Bait Sanity, which we were looking at those Bait Sanities.
But this is the gill.
It is.
They only have the minnow you can find out. This is the new gill. Now, a couple things to call out here. Now, if you look in the packaging down in those 2 little nipples down at the bottom, those are tungsten stickers that you can put on this. Now, this sucker comes floating and you add the stickers to get the sink rate that you desire.
Okay. Yep. 0.08 grams of tungsten in the stickers. Well, not
Shout
each,
out
but
the
together.
packaging. The packaging's dope, clamshell packaging, but the back little like cartoon is super sick. It reminds me of almost like a Japanese comic book, right?
I'm about to eat this.
So the color you're holding, sir, is on the little sticker on the back.
Oh, there it is. Dark gill.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
I like the tiny splash of green on the tail tips.
yes, I knew you would. That was actually a shout out Bentley, previous guest. He was vibing hard to that part of that one. And also, my friend, you got two.
Oh my God! Look at that color.
Yeah, that's the female gill.
Oh.
Now, what I also found really cool about this little BFS glide is that hook actually has the one hook is a single hook in the tail.
Oh.
And there's a magnet in the back.
Little stinger.
Yeah, and it sucks that hook up in there and keeps it up there while you're fishing it.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to open this without losing the tungsten stickers.
Don't fly your tungsten stickers everywhere. Yeah, I haven't opened them.
Although I have a feeling I'm going to want to put possibly both on even to start with, because
so listeners,
right
this
now
is
I don't think I want to
basically,
float
if you've checked out Bait Sanity before, this is their Explorer gill, just in a BFS version. And as we all know, listening to the podcast, our buddy here, James, has been dabbling in the idea of getting into BFS. And, oh man, that really is up there. That is a nice magnet.
I'm not sure it's a magnet. I think it's just pressure.
Just a holder?
Yeah. Oh, there's a plastic guard on the hook that I think is helping hold it in tighter. I'm guessing we're going to remove to make it easier to come out when it actually needs to be.
Yeah, I would assume. Is that just like the guard for the hook?
It might be the guard for the hook and it's just slipped off the hook, because there isn't
the hook.
one on the hook, but there is on the treble one.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's super sick. Could be a little choppy guy. Yeah, it'll be a little choppy guy. I've seen action in the water. You can chop it. You can slow glide it. It's got everything you need, and it gets smashed. But I think that is going to be a BFS absolute smasher for you. I hope that even propels you further into your BFS jump. And I want to tell you live on the pod, and this is why your boy got salty. I was informed by the wife this week that I need to get a BFS combo. So I'm going to get in it as well. Even though I said I wasn't going to, because I was going to do the whole big swim baits. I'm just going to do both this year. So yes, that's why I became salty afterwards. Because I was like, dang it, I just bought these micro glides for James. And yeah.
Well, listeners, I'm sorry. We're going to cut this pod short because I need to go tie these on and throw them somewhere right now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you could throw it on an ultralight if you had one. I have one, but
I can put one together. I still have a rod up there. I'll take the ice fishing reel off.
Now I expect to see a BFS combo in your possession faster than before.
I'm going to try.
Which is so funny.
Maybe mid-March.
Because that kind of brings us into a little bit of what we're going to talk about this week. But what's funny is when we arranged this and I knew I got this and it came in this week, I'm like, oh, this might change the arrangement of the topics.
No, we're still good.
You still want to go with the same?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, that's fine. I didn't know if you wanted to jumble it up to kind of go along with the vibe. But before we divulge into that, we're going to do a new segment. I don't think we've done this segment yet. Have we done this yet? No, I don't think we have. I think we've alluded to it maybe one time.
Maybe once.
Yeah, we're gonna get into Matt's ponderings. Emphasis on the pond.
Rings.
Honestly, this is just kind of a segment where I think it's fun to I don't know, undo some thoughts that have come into my mind through the week. You know me, I listen to fishing podcasts all week long. I think about fishing all week long. So instead of texting you 1,000 questions in a week, I thought I'd write some down and kind of get a few, in on a segment, and we can discuss them here. Hopefully have some good conversation and maybe bestow some knowledge on the listener.
Bring it
Bring it on.
on.
Bring it on. All right. We're going to hit up with the first one once I get my notes back up here. I want to sit here and let's talk a little bit of winter fishing reflection.
Okay.
Okay. And what I mean by this is now that we're fully into winter and have had limited time on the water, what patterns or techniques have actually produced for us? And more importantly, what have we learned about bass behavior in the cold water that we didn't really fully understand at the beginning of this winter season? I know that's a lot to take in, James.
It is, but I will say this on that. Personally, at least, on this winter fishing expeditions we've had this year, really has been focused on smallmouth.
Yes, because, and I think our theory on that was smallmouth are cold water species.
Yes.
And we kind of were like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. Now, I did do some largemouth fishing. I did that in January.
Oh, yeah.
I caught like 3 on a drop shot. But you're right. Main targeting was not a different species, but we kind of focused somewhere else.
Because we were hitting the rivers because it was moving current, so we thought we'd be a little warmer and more likely to
and again, like
find
I
active
said,
smallmouth,
cold water species. But what has the winter really taught you as far as, have you learned anything that you thought about winter beforehand that has changed? I'm going to give you an example, okay?
Yeah.
The example here for me is I have been told my whole life that when wintertime comes, the fish hunker down. They don't do nothing. Wrong-o. They still got to eat, buddy.
Yeah, just not as often.
Not as often. In different feeding times and not as many feeding times in that window, right?
Yeah.
So that's something I learned. That is something that was very apparent to me through this winter. We had those few back-to-back weekends where we had really good days, and we had times we went out there and we had nothing. Granted, that can be because of skunking, but it really felt like there were, whatever those weekends, there was like things that lined up on that weekend that had that bite window for us that just wasn't lining up on after that real first dive down into the cold front. I also think it changed my way of lure presentation during thought process. I never thought I could crawl a bait on the bottom as slow as I have.
Yeah, I totally went in with the whole cast out, twitch, scroll on Instagram, on Instagram.
So me and James kind of we went differently this winter. You went wholeheartedly jerkbait.
Yes.
You were like hard jerkbait, suspending jerkbait, let me have that shit. And I went to a net. I just went to something I knew and have known, but try to make some changes to help myself out and learning. Actually, what's wild is I learned more about the river this winter than I learned a lot of last year, just because I think we just didn't have as much access. I mean, I learned a lot last year, but not in the river. I learned it in the creek.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's why I went Ned. And you went jerkbait. So your patience was learned on a different lure, to where I think my patience will be able to be almost universal. Not universal, but there's a lot of baits you can crawl slow on the bottom.
Now, I will say, all my catches were on the jerkbait in the wintertime.
Yep.
But I did throw the Ned a bit, and being the amateur newbie that I am, I did learn the new technique of a Ned drag slowly.
Correct.
So that was new for me and a good technique to get under my belt.
Yeah, I think is amazing, because not only are you going to be able to put that into the Ned, you're going to be able to put that into jigs.
Yeah.
And we've not traditionally been big jig fishermen.
No. I mean, swim jigs,
jigs, yes, but not really like your finesse jigs or your football jigs or your ball-headed jigs, other than like a skirted ball-headed jig.
Yeah.
And also, I think that technique as well was kind of something I never really did with a Ned, but I used a Ned head that I had never used before this year, and well, I call it my PB smallmouth with it, and that's that football head Ned from Z-Man. And
Yeah.
I seriously, that is a Ned changer. That is going to be a big river Ned for me now, especially when I find good sized rock, just to get that nice wobble. I really feel like some sort of crawl presentation this spring and summer will be
Yes.
on that little football head will be just absolutely dynamite. So yeah, I think we learned a lot this winter. Even we didn't get to have a lot of outings. And I mean, winter's not done. We said earlier, this is a fake spring. Winter's not done. But I don't know if we will see hard water again. I don't know. There's a chance.
Possibly. Well, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Now, another thing there was winter fishing.
I have the note.
We've talked about storms and pressures and fronts coming in and out. I never really thought about it with snowstorms before.
Correct.
Because there was that day we went out when the snow started, we started catching.
We on them. We was on them. It was good. It was a good time. And we statistically are always like, it's raining. Oh, we're about to be on them.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is for us. I don't know if we're still learning all those kind of things, right? I think it's going to be nice this year having the log and really taking those things down, which, by the way, I did not add the catfish to the log.
You need to add the catfish to the log. Now I'm starting to think about adding weather notes to my catches.
I'm also adding moon phase because I've heard moon phase helps out a lot.
Well, on the full moon, I do catch a lot of fish with my bare hands when I wolf out.
When you wolf out, yeah, I mean, everybody likes to wolf out once or twice at full moon.
Yeah,
You got to get it out of there. I guess the only last thing on the winter fishing reflection is, has our winter results changed anything about the way we think about our lures? Now, what I mean is, do you think it has changed? We said speed. Do you think anything about depth control or locations?
Yes, on both, I would say. So,
okay.
Like a jerkbait, I hadn't used a lot before the winter.
Mm-hmm.
But, typically my whole knowledge of a jerkbait was twitch, twitch, pause, twitch, twitch, and you're going kind of middle water column on a suspending if you're using a suspending or top on a floating. So the slowing it down was a new thing for me, and I think that will still get me bit in the spring and summer even, especially the summer, actually.
I agree.
When it gets real hot. But also, it got me really thinking about that jerkbait and getting more of a dive on it and getting it when it hits that water. I really jerked it hard to get it to dive and get low and let it suspend lower. And it made me more...
You're visualizing your lure better.
Yes, and really
That's
thinking about
key.
what I'm doing. And sure, it's a lot of quick action to begin with to get it to dive, but then just let it sit. And it was a new thought process for me.
I'm constantly thinking about what my lure looks like in the water. Constantly. When I'm fishing, I'm constantly thinking about what that looks like in the water. And then when I get a presentation in my mind of what I'm doing and I get bit, that's when I'm like, all right, let me continue what I think that lure is doing. And then I get a bit again. You know my theory. Good old Bobby roast beef. One fish is luck, two fish is a pattern. So I think location is what really helped for me, and I guess depth control kind of, because I just really learned how to feel the bottom. I really learned how to feel those drop-offs, those rocks. Like you could feel when the bait hits one side of the rock, comes up and pulls over. Like it just got more, I got more of a feel for sensitivity of bottom control, bottom bouncing, bottom dragging, all of that. And I think that's going to be so much helpful this year. So much more helpful.
And I mean, who doesn't love touching the bottom?
100%. You got to love touching the bottom. Well, it depends on the bottom. But I hate those mucky bottoms.
Yeah, you got to steer clear of the mucky bottoms.
Clear of the mucky bottoms, especially if you're dragging a Ned. So yeah, I think that is perfect. You were right in the same thought process I think I was having while I was thinking about this the other day. So let's go on to the next pondering. My next one, my next pondering I have a few down here, so we can stop this whenever you want, James, but I'm going to hit this one next. What is your holy grail pond lure? And what I mean by this is, if you had to choose one holy grail lure that you believe would consistently produce in almost any pond, regardless of pressure, forage base, what would it be?
You have to already know what I'm going to say.
I don't. Your life has been so different lately.
So
I know what you're jiving to right now.
I know what you're going to think I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm going to say a chatterbait. No? Okay. Well,
I honestly think you're going to say a Z-Man scented jerk chat is what I think you're going to say.
Okay, so that is very high up there, but I'm still going to say no. I'm going to go a different direction.
Remember, this has to work all ponds, all types of forage, all types of clarity, all year long.
Okay, now, see, before you said all year long,
I know. That's
I think even
hard.
this lure might still go all year long, but for me, any pond, grass, rock, sand, swim jig with a crawl on the back.
And you're going all year long with that.
So that's the part that makes me pause, because
I
mean, I can slow crawl it and still possibly, but
get bit.
As long as you'll give me a different plastic during the winter, I can stick with it.
It has to stay a crawl.
See, that's the problem, because crawls.
Because I know what crawl you're going to put on there.
Yeah.
Listen, dog. No. Don't.
So
Don't think that, because people have talked about catching smallies in the middle of winter, and they've got crawls in their throats.
Oh, yeah.
So I believe all forage around there. Let me hit you with this, okay? This was where my brain was at, all right? While I was thinking of this question and kind of getting it ready in my head. I'm going 3-inch paddle tail.
Okay.
Because with saying 3-inch paddle tail, and I said nothing in forage, but if you're going after bass, I mean, they're fish. So they're eating fish at least. So that makes me think that there, right? And then the versatility of a paddle tail. Ball head jig, EWG, back of a swim jig, drop shot. There's so many ways you can do it. I know you can catch fish on that all year long. And I'm going to try to prove it.
If you go with a plastic with different jigs, I'm definitely not saying a crawl in any jig all year long.
Fine.
I'm saying
If
a
you,
crawl
made
in
me,
a swim jig.
if you made me pick, I would say a ball head jig with a 3-inch paddle tail. Because even if you have grass, all that crap, you can get that through there if need be. And yeah, I mean...
And see, that's why I like to say jerkbait, because I've proven I can catch in the winter, and I know it catches in spring and summer, but I would be less likely to use it in a grassy situation.
Exactly, and I don't like to... See, me and you are so different on that, because I just have such a hard time when... River's different. Hear me out. River's different on that hard jerkbait. But in a pond, you're coming up a bank, you're just... At a point, you just start digging into the ground.
Well, you need a suspending or a floating
but
for
even in
bank fishing.
Correct, 100%. I'm with you there. But even at a point, you're still colliding into the bank on your way up.
Yeah.
And that's my scariest part, because around here, our banks are littered with crap.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm just afraid I may lose it. That's the only reason it's not something huge on my list. Now,
shout out Pocket Knocker.
Shout out Pocket Knocker hard. But I say this, and the only jerkbait fish I caught recently was in a pond. But still, I was just because I wanted to throw the mega bass every once in a while.
But I mean, I will have to come back on everything I've said, because you have changed my mind. You're right. That paddle tail is going to be the most versatile for an all year round, all location.
Now, what makes the characteristics of that lure universally effective in all of things? What makes that lure so universally effective that you're like, yes, I'm putting that down on that?
I feel like you've got all your different presentations, whether it be a bug, a crawl, all of that. You're going to find locations and time of year where that is not the forage for your fish, your bass.
I agree.
But a bait fish is forage for bass you're wrong.
I'm with you. There's not a single time that a bass is like, nah, dog, I can't have one more minnow.
Yeah.
I just, no way in hell I could eat another minnow today. Bullshit.
There's always room for minnow.
And even like I just said, if you don't know what the forage is, there's at least other smaller bass in there.
Yeah.
And those bass will eat other bass if there's no other forage. So that's where I'm at. And I also think the ability to any presentation, especially with that ball head, you can go fast, you can go slow, you can
Work it like a Ned.
you can work it like a Ned. You can slackline it. You can do all kinds. You can rip it real quick off the surface.
I mean, you could practically fish it in like a jerkbait.
Yeah, and
like a soft jerk.
We didn't specify what size ball head.
Yeah.
You could be using
Or size paddle toe.
Exactly. Well, I said 3-inch.
Oh, okay. You did.
I did say 3-inch because I feel like that's like the all around catcher. Any size bass can eat that, right? I would say 4 is probably okay, but then if I say 4, I might switch from a ball head to a beast hook, like just a 3/0 beast hook.
Yeah, I feel like that 4-inch might be a little large for certain locations and times of year as well.
I agree. I think pressure is where that is going to be hard, and that's why I said 3-inch. And same with winter time of year. I feel like I do think so far downsizing has been the easiest way to obtain fish in the winter. So yeah, I think I knew I didn't want to say that one because I knew once I said it, you were gonna be like, yeah, there's no way in shit. I feel like the only other real competitor with it is maybe the TRD.
Yeah,
the Ned.
I mean, it will catch.
And I know we said in the last episode that we kind of gravitated away from it because of the muckiness of our ponds, but shit, we could have just swam it.
Yeah,
and we still would have got bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's honestly the only other one in my mind that I was like, yeah. Other than, yeah, I think that's where that's 100% where I'm going with that, and I'm glad that that we kind of come to terms on that one together.
Yeah, I mean, we differ opinions on some things, but there are other things we'll come around to each other on.
All right, so we'll do one more, and then off into.
Yeah, we'll get to the next segment.
Cool. I like that. Well, then I'm gonna leave you with this, my man. Is there a bait or a rig that you consistently dismiss? Something that you just look at and think, yeah, ain't no way in shit I'm ever throwing that in my life. And what's the reasoning behind it?
Okay, so there used to be.
No, okay. Hold up. I know where you're going with this. And I agree. There used to be. So I'm not allowing you to use that one.
Well, let me go through this.
Okay.
There was a time where I would have said, I will never, ever, ever throw a drop shot.
Yep.
But that time has passed, and I don't think there is a lure out there that I wouldn't at least try.
But there isn't one that you just look at and you're like, ain't no way in shit. Can I give you mine?
I would have said a crankbait because it's never caught my fancy.
Yeah.
But lately, I've been giving it thoughts.
Okay. So you're just in the world of like, there ain't a damn thing.
I mean, almost in my life, I've said a lot. I will try just about anything at least once.
Maybe twice.
There's a few things very few things that I would never try, and skydiving's one of them.
No, I do it.
Yeah, I know you would. I know.
I do.
I do. But I mean, lure wise, there are things that a year or two ago I would have looked at and went, you're crazy. But now I look at it and go, you know what?
Maybe.
They're catching fish on lures that look like rats and bunny rabbits, okay?
Yeah.
So there's just I feel like you might as well give anything a try.
Facts. I mean, Hank Cherry just won Gunnersville with a grub.
Yeah.
A Mr. Twister grub. A 3-inch Mr. Twister grub. Like, that's some of the most old schoolish shit on the planet. But I'm going to throw one rig at you, okay? I think there's one in my mind that I don't think I would throw.
Okay.
Okay? I don't think I see myself ever throwing a Carolina rig.
I knew that's where you were
I knew
going.
you knew that was going to, because I've always said the two for me were drop shot Carolina because just the amount of time it takes to tie them all up. And also, I really feel like you can get away with just like double pegging a Texas rig weight and you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But you just don't have the clacker and the bead and all that crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's sad that it's good that you're open to everything. It's sad for my rebuttal question. Because my rebuttal question was, do you think the things that we say we won't throw are hindering us as anglers? Which I would say yes. Because the drop shot is a key. And I think it really, for me, and the hardest thing for me is every time you add a lure, you add something my brain has to think about throwing.
Yeah.
So it goes from, oh, I want to throw this, to, oh, but maybe I want to throw this. Oh, but then there's this.
You get the,
It's
you
like,
get the, ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh,
piece of candy.
Yes, I always think of that Family Guy
Yep.
episode with the Reese's. Who was that's going after him? What's his name?
James Woods.
James Woods, that's right. That's like, ooh, piece of candy.
James
Ooh,
Woods High.
ooh, piece of candy. So yeah, that's my only reason why I really don't like to add other things into my arsenal, but I do think being a more well-rounded angler is going to get you more success on the water. It's just harder as a bank angler to carry all of it, right? I mean, we got a backpack.
You have to be selective on what you're taking out per trip.
Yes, 100%. And you have to realize that maybe that day you just didn't select correctly.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's an outside reasoning they're not biting that day. It could be any of them. But
Like tomorrow, I have a select few. It's not a lot. It's not a big variety of tackle I plan on bringing out tomorrow. I have narrowed it down to a few different techniques that I plan to have available tomorrow.
Ball heads and meds is all, and drop shots. That's all I will have tomorrow available for rigging. Bait wise, I got some Imakamooshis. I've got some Bellows shads. I got some Great Lakes finesse items. I've got like the Juvie Crawl, and I think I got the Helgermite with me. There's something else I got. I did grab some jerkbaits just in case you get on a jerkbait bite. I'm like, oh, fuck it. All right, let's do this. Mikos. I brought the Mikos with me. I got some big Joshies with me. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. I still have to get mine together for tomorrow.
You know
I've
me.
had a busy last few days, so I have not prepared yet.
I get too excited.
Yeah.
And I also knew I was today was my busiest work day of the week, and I knew there was just no end shit.
Yeah. Well, I also kind of figured that after recording tonight that I might glean some more options and ideas off of our discussions.
Well, I mean, you got some BFS wide.
Yeah. I don't. That's very tempting. I don't know if I'm going to do it though.
Save it for the
It's very
BFS
light
rod.
for the river.
Save it for the BFS rod.
Yeah.
I think that might be a little creek smasher.
Yes.
Right
yes.
now.
I cannot wait to hit the creeks this year.
Dude, I know.
God.
And
I'm
that's
going to be
why-
out there freezing in March walking through a creek, I swear.
Waiters.
Yep.
I almost thought about doing it today.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I got off work and I was like, man, I got 2 hours before James gets off work. Shout out to the thing. But no, I was completely, utterly, disgustingly dirty from cleaning tanks all day. So I went home, took a shower, and relaxed and ate something because my lunch was garbage. Yeah. So that's Matt's ponderings for the week. That's what I was thinking about all week.
It's not much to think about for a whole week. I mean,
Oh,
did you have a few other random thoughts like ricocheting in your brain?
Yeah, I had a lot. I actually had my ponderings list over here is like, let's see. I got like 3 others.
Well, I'm sure we'll be doing
I'm saving
some pond-erings again soon.
Exactly. So, what do you want to do? You want to jump into another body of the pod, or you want to jump into the lure light for the week?
I think we need to hit that lure light again.
Let's jump. All right, man. So this was an easy pick for me. I know this isn't something you really have thrown. But I can sit here and talk about it all day, and I figured if you had any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. So I'm gonna grab a pack. I want these. You grab whichever ones you want. So in front of me, I have a pack of Bellows Gills by G-Crack. Now Bellows Gills come in 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes. So from 2-inch, 2.8, 3.8 to 5.8. That covers your whole spectrum of size. Come in a plethora of colors. If you haven't seen the Bellows Gill, it's kind of like a gill-shaped body, tons of ribbing, and these are made out of, you can get them out of 2 different materials, but mainly it's made out of the good old SAF material, which is that, scent amino fused or something? Salt amino fused, or I can't remember what it is. I never can remember it. SAF. It's SAF. It's delicious. And the other is elastomer, but I believe the elastomer only comes in 3.8 and 2.8, if I'm not mistaken. This bait can be rigged a million ways, it feels like to me. I think originally when G-Crack made this, it was kind of made for weightless presentation. But I mean, this works great weightless. This works great with a beast hook. This works great Nico rigged. You can put this on the back, like the 2.8s and the 3.8s are great on the back of jigs, as jig trailers, chatterbait trailers. I've seen them also on spinnerbait trailers. Like, this is just a creature bait that I feel like is just an all-around great creature bait. If you're in our area, every pond has bluegill. Every pond everywhere has bluegill.
Yeah, you say creature bait, but I feel like it's also a bait fish.
It's a bait fish.
imitation.
It's a bait fish presentation,
Yeah.
but they classify it as a creature bait.
Because you can still get a creature presentation out of
Correct.
it depending on how you rig it.
100%. But it's just so... the 3.8 and the 2.8 are the ones that I've had the most success on. 3.8, most successes on a beast hook. Most success on the 2.8 is Nico rigged. And honestly, both ways are great, man. It's just a great presentation. It gets bit. I used to take them out all the time. You take a pack of those out, and you're just gonna get bit that day.
So now, as you were describing it, it's a very thin down the middle
Yep.
of actual solid plastic and the rest of those ribs.
Yeah.
So when you Nico rig this, how do you put that? Do you do bandit or
No? So I don't band it. I use the Nico hack by G-Crack. So they have a small, medium, and large in the Nico hack. Large for your 5.8, mediums for your 3.8, smalls for your 2.8s. The 2s will not. That is not a Nico rig bait. That is a drop shot or a very small Ned head. That's about all you're getting out of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bait itself, it's just, I don't know, man. There's something about that bait that it's a pond smasher. It gets absolutely crushed.
Now when you're like free rigging this,
Free rig,
right?
Yep.
When you're putting that hook through, do you find at all coming out through a rib as opposed to between a rib changes your action or how it acts?
So I don't get any change of action out of it. I go through the main body out through a between ribs, and then I like to texpose it on a rib. Just like any other bait, it's gonna fall off. You're gonna have to re-texpose it.
I didn't even think about texposing it on the rib like that. Hadn't even come
so
across
I go
my brain.
down and I make sure my hook's down like the lower side of the rib, so then it's really, really held in there nicely.
Okay.
But with that bait, I feel like the best thing for that one, as far as like the only thing I can tell you that, as far as rigging wise, is this. Whatever plastic the SAF is made out of, it does tear fast. Very unfortunate. The elastomer, obviously, not as much. But what I like to do is I like to rig it if you're EWG, like on a beast hook or like just a regular weighted, like a weightless EWG hook, if you're going to like free rig it. You know how like when you line it up you line up where you're going to go through the bait to text and then expose it.
Mm-hmm.
I will almost go further than I need to the first time. And if I catch a fish and I can still hook there, I'll do it again. If I can't, I'll go almost too close the next time and then catch a fish. And then if I need to change up again, I will. If I don't, obviously I won't. But if I need to, then I'll go to the correct location. And now I've gotten 3 points of entry into the bait. I'm not ripped up as much and at least gotten 3 fish, probably more. I'm not saying they rip every time, but like after a couple, they start to get chewed up. They start to rip.
Now, I know we talk a lot about durability being a big selling point on baits.
Yeah.
But I think the fish attractant and how much they bite this and they will come for this outweighs the durability aspect of these baits.
This is my biggest thing about this bait, and the reason why I fell in love with G-Crack. I literally let this bait sit in a fish's mouth for like maybe 3 minutes, maybe 4 before I gave him the beans. And like, to me, the attractant, whatever's in this, the SAF in this, it made that fish hold on. Or whatever it is, this bait, texture-wise, whatever it is, that fish held on. And then I did it again another time. Like, they hold on to this thing. Whatever it is, however this thing feels, tastes, whatever it is, as soon as they are on this sucker, they are on it. And they aren't going anywhere. And I don't know. It's something, and it's kind of cool. I'm really Jones to get the 5.8 out this year and hopefully get some Fat Sallies on it. I love Homeless Fisherman. Been watching him throw this thing forever. So I think I've seen tons of 2s and 3s eat this thing. So I think we can successfully put that to use. You got any other questions about this here, Bellows Gill, my friend?
Well, I will say, I do apologize if you mentioned this in the description and I missed it, but that scent that you're talking about that makes them grab on, totally just original Fritos. It just smells like
I
you
never
just
said it.
freshly opened a bag of Fritos.
But yeah, you 100%. Everybody kind of has their own different opinion what they smell like, but yeah, I'm with you, dude. Fritos. 100%.
I open a bag and I'm like, I could go for a walking taco.
Right, same. And that's why I'm every time I'll put 2 of these out on my desk pre-rigged to go for the next day. Like if I'm putting a weight in them, or I recommend putting a little glue on the Nico Axe because they will rip out those suckers pretty fast. But yeah, we sit out. My wife, what is that smell? I'm like, oh, it's just Fritos. It's just G-Crack. It's just G-Crack. But no, seriously, if you need something that you have bluegill in your pond and are looking for a good bluegill presentation, there might not be anything better than the Bellows Gill. I mean, there might not be. There's a lot of replications out there, but I'm telling you, go to the original.
I don't know. These bait sanity gills are looking pretty tasty on gill-wise.
Hey, man, I'm not
But no, actually, as an honorable mention here, because I am going to take them out tomorrow on the river, I've got a pack of the Bellows shad that I'm going to try that are very similar, but has more of that skinnier shad profile, and I'm going to give them a shot.
So let's go ahead and throw that out here in the lure light as well. I will throw out the Bellows shad as well. Both are great baits. I think it depends on what you are going for. If you are going for more of a baitfish shad profile or a minnow or anything like that, yeah, I really do think you're going to get better success with that. I also think you're going to get better success with that with almost a crawfish imitation as well. So yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a great presentation. That one comes in a 3.8 and a 2.8 and a 2. I'm pretty sure. No, just 2.8 and a 3.8. All they got
I don't think I've seen it in 2. I've got a pack of the 2.8s.
Yeah, let's just say the G-Crack calendar has a little rumor on it. So stick around. But yeah, I'm with you, dude. I think both the G-Crack has done a great job with this ribbing.
Yes.
Every ribbed bait like this, the Bellows Gill, the Bellows Shad, the Bellows Stick, the Bellows Swimmer,
Vibe,
the Bellows Vibe, all of these, they got this down.
Yeah. But the gill is what you have the most time on, right?
Ribbed bait of theirs.
Yes.
The most time on the G-Crack bait, no. I have more time on other baits. But this is when we went over pond earlier in the show. We went over pond, your number one pond lure, catch all the time. I would pick the bellows gill. I just think it's harder right now. I haven't got any bites on it in the winter time. And that's where I was trying to find something. And I did on the bellows shad. You are correct.
Oh, that was the shad. That's right.
It was the shad. You're right. I got bit, but I did not connect with that fish.
No, you caught a few fish in January, didn't you? Wasn't that on a bellows?
No, January was on
the largies.
The largies on an Imikamushi 60 millimeter.
That's right.
On a drop shot. But I plan on putting in some time more on the bellows shad. It just, you know me, we've been pond hoppers.
Yeah.
So my main forage that I have been imitating for a long time is bluegill, and this is the best bluegill imitation of all time. So definitely give it a check. If not, I mean, hey, that's just more juice for me to have.
Yeah.
You know,
Buy it, smell it, rig it,
throw
catch
it,
fish.
Catch fish. And if you don't like it, well, that's great. I'm going to buy a lot more of them, and I will catch fish with them.
I will say right now that the one I'm holding...
You're going to have to shout out the person who got it then, because I didn't buy those. My wife bought those.
That's right. Your wife did, and I will shout her out, because this color is
sick.
Delicious looking. It is the dark matter.
Yeah, dude.
That's very like a black dark with a silvery flake on the top. And the other side is just a bright blue with the same silver flakes. But it is, it's might be one of the best black and blue presentations actually I've seen.
It's the best laminate black and blue I've seen in a while. I'm more of a black and blue swirl kind of a guy, but just so before we move on to anything else, I am going to show you, as the members or the listeners know, I am a member of the Crack House.
That's right, you are a crackhead.
I am a crackhead, and it appears there's going to be a specific, that's going to be only available for Crack House members. That color there.
But you got to get me some.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, there's a video too. I'll show you that later. But yeah.
Not to give anything away on that, but it is a very tasty color that I have used in other things before.
It's close. I don't think you noticed, but the top is actually black.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
With like flakies in it.
Okay.
And then it's what you like on the.
I'm definitely super interested now.
So that's the end of the lure light. Do you want to move on to the main body, or would you like to take a quick commercial break?
Let's take a quick commercial break because your buddy may have drank a little too much coffee today.
Yeah, I got a lot of caffeine running through the body. Let's take a quick commercial break.
Sorry about that little commercial break, but we are now back with empty bladders and full cups.
Full cups, empty bladders. Let's go for more. So let's just go ahead and rip the main body. The main topic tonight, the main thing we really wanted to talk about is we wanted to jump in to our 3 new approaches to bass fishing in 2026. Now, when we were writing this up, it was kind of hard to figure out how we wanted to talk about this because two of them are kind of techniques, and then the other is kind of like an over-encompassed thing. It's not really, I wouldn't classify it as a technique. Some people may, but I feel like a technique is lure specific, rig specific, and the last item on the list, there's so many different rigs and things you can do with it.
But we'll get to that one.
We'll get to that one. So we're going to start off with the first one we got on the list, and we're going to talk a little swim baits, something we've kind of talked in ad nauseum about on this podcast. Actually, it's been brought up a lot.
Have we talked about swim baits before?
Maybe just a couple times. I mean, we may have gotten a couple given to us through gifts on this podcast. Just a couple. So, in this approaches, I don't think we're going to jump into technique specific, like where you're throwing it, how, because we're so new to it, like we don't really know yet. I can't give enough knowledge because I don't have enough.
Okay, so there is one thing I do know,
Okay.
and that is all of your swim baits and glides,
Yep.
you're going to throw them
In the water.
in the water.
Like, you're
Exactly.
more than likely
Exactly.
going to get a fish at some point.
You're going to throw them in the water towards fish.
Towards fish. That's what we're doing this year. No, I really felt like the best thing to do is talk about the baits we're going to try in that category, to help us learn that technique or that approach.
And we were preparing for this for the year as you got your new swim bait combo fully.
We've been preparing
Right,
for this.
right.
And there's a lot of things we'll be able to talk to about it. Like, not just that. I mean, I have a lot of swim baits in preparation for knowing that that's what I'm going to be doing this year. A lot of. I've even told you that there's kind of like a scale that I want to do this year. And then we'll divulge more into that. But this is the massive side of the scale, right? Swim baits. We're not talking 4-inch paddle tails and 3-inch paddle tails. No, I'm not talking anything 6 inches. It has to be 6 inches or bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. I think some of your
I have
like gill imitations.
Yes.
Can be heavier and still need the swim rod to throw.
Yeah.
But are still might be 6 inches or shorter. Even.
I think the one you're talking about is the Dropout Supply snack gill, and that is 5.5. And you're right.
I think the sink is shorter too.
The cinch.
Oh, the cinch that's also lighter. That's right.
It's way lighter. So yes, I have smaller ones that I'm gonna test, of course. I mean, also you just got a BFS glide.
Yeah, I mean these are huge. they come in at a whole 2.25 inches.
Right. So there's a lot of other things I want to try, but I really want to put in the time to that bigger size swim bait category.
And why go bigger?
Go big or go home.
There you go.
Go big or go home. Why go bigger? I want to catch a bigger fish.
Exactly.
That's why. I want to get that PB broken.
Shattering PBs this year.
I want to shatter it. And I want to see like what is, we're in Ohio. A lot of people, if you catch something over 4 pounds here, you're starting to get in the bigger caliber of fish. Where in some places in the U.S., you catch a 4 pounder, like, okay.
Nice dink you got there.
Nice
Where's the donk?
Where's the donk at? Where's the grandpappy? So yeah, so I think that's gonna make it fun. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things we know we're gonna do, right? We know we gotta upgrade some line. We're going to start throwing some heavier line than we're used to throwing.
Actually, that's a good question. Like, what size line are you going for these 6+ inch baits?
I'm going to go, this is going to be mind-boggling to you, but I'm probably going 17-pound fluoro. It's probably
just straight fluoro?
Just straight fluoro. I'm not
17 pound?
17.
I mean, that's not outrageous.
I don't want to go to 20. Like, 20 is where I think a lot of people kind of think of, but I don't want to go to 20.
I think, like, the Metro Glide that I have, which... Throwback is one of the bait companies I plan on trying out this year. Got a couple from them. But it's 7 inches, 2 ounces. 17-pound fluorocarbon is what we'll be throwing on that. I only anticipate changing with 2 soft baits. I'll probably go to 20-pound.
Okay.
And also, my swim bait combo is going to be kind of a trial by fire. I don't know if it's going to be good for treble baits. So it's going to be like, see how the fight is. If I start losing a bunch of fish on treble baits, then it's going to be like hey, I might have to try another rod for treble baits, but this will work for softies.
Yeah.
But I feel like, like if I'm throwing that BC Baits one,
the
DC Baits one that I got from Kyle, that is 20-pound fluorocarbon. I'm not, because you're doing a lot more contact with the bottom and contact with places that I'm getting a lot more scared of my line fraying and breaking.
And does it have to deal with also the fact that you're really going to be
you're
setting
that hook? You're
yeah.
giving the beans. You're giving the beans. Where you're kind of just going to try to lean and keep pressure on a fish when you're fishing it with treble hooks.
Yeah.
And we're going to try all swim baits. You know, we're going to do the glides. We're going to do the wakes. We're going to do the 3-piece swims. We're going to give them all a go.
Personally, my interest usually gravitates towards the 3-piece or more.
Good. I'm good because mine gravitates towards a glide and a wake bait. Are you wake bait?
I'm on the edge on wake baits. I have not had a lot of luck topwater, period, in my fishing career.
Gain that confidence.
Yeah.
And that you got to gain confidence in that particular style of fishing.
Yeah.
I think this year, if we can get on a better morning routine, I think this year with us being in a job field where we get up earlier, I think is going to make it a lot better. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, we get out to a lake or the river or a pond or anything, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, we'll get you on some topwater bites this summer.
And now that's just, I can wake up a little bit early for that.
Just,
Whereas before it was, I got to stay up a little later for that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, like, dude, wake bait wise, I'm so stoked for that, that throwback wake bait, the Wake Walker.
The Wake Walker?
Yeah, the LT. I definitely need to get another one of those before I move on to the next year. There's also another wake bait of theirs that I want, and you know which one it is. But we'll talk about it when we get into there. So, where do you want to start bait company-wise for swim baits? We've got a list of ones we want to go over. Where do you want to start?
I mean, we the first one I've ever thrown, and from a more popular company, well known, you know, wide, would be the Berkeley Chop Block.
Yep, Chop Block. And the only reason, I mean, you've thrown it in essence of really just seeing it in the water.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't catching, it wasn't time of year, body of water.
But that's where you start. So let me go ahead and, for the listeners here, if you're at home and you have the ability to follow along with us, we're gonna go look at the Chop Block on Tackle Warehouse. If you're in a car or a vehicle and you don't have the ability to look it up, maybe later on, keep a mental note, look it up later. But we'll try to describe the best we can. But as of right now, Small Ponds, Big Dreams only has an audio aspect, so that's what you're getting. So. Chop Block. This sucker comes in what, James? 6, 8, and a 10.
Yes, I have a 6-inch. Have you bought a larger yet?
Bentley has an 8-inch.
Okay,
I got him that for Christmas. So I only have 6-inchers, and that's only because Vance by us only sells 6-inch, which is ridiculous. Vance Outdoors, get the 8 inches. What are you doing?
I mean, get the 10s while you're at it.
That's the max of my rod. 6-inch, 1 ounce. So kind of like your conventional gear can throw that. 8-inch, 2.2 ounces. Your frogging gear is kind of getting there. You might want to think about getting a swim bait rod. And then, of course, with that 10-incher, 4.2 ounces, you better have yourself a swim bait rod.
Yeah.
Berkeley firing out the gate with a lot of cool colors.
Yeah,
I feel like they really covered the spectrum here of what you would really, really need.
Now, I'm not usually a bone fan.
Their bone hits.
Their burnt bone.
Oh, the burnt
really
bone
hits.
The burnt bone is actually, I think, a new color.
It looks good because it's
I like
that pinkish white with the black top.
Yeah, I like it. All I have currently is raw and the MF pumpkin seed, which is super sick. That's the one I got you, right? MF pumpkin seed?
I am pretty sure. It's actually, crazily enough, currently tied onto my bait casting combo.
That's hilarious.
Yes, it is the pumpkin seed.
I got Kyle for that gift exchange thingy. I got him the golden shiner just because I thought that one looked sick.
Now, they do range in price from about $16 all the way up to $30 normal price for the 10-inchers.
Yep. And if you are in the market for them, when this podcast drops, they will be on sale on Tackle Warehouse.
Tackle Warehouse. I don't think I've ever heard of Tackle Warehouse.
We talk about them way too much.
I will say I didn't know, but you can also get replacement hooks. If you haven't seen the Chop Block, it does have a double hook system on it.
They have a harness system on the bottom.
The harness, yeah. So it's got that treble hook up front, then it's connected to a double hook stinger that magnetizes to the back half of the glide.
And also, that joint has a mesh membrane in the middle of it to keep more nice connectivity there. So if you connect with a fish on the back end, it won't rip in half, basically.
Did we mention it's a soft glide?
It is a soft glide. I don't think we did mention that. It is a soft glide bait. Good call out there, James. But yeah, Berkeley chop block. I'm not a huge Berkeley guy, but the chop block, do we get into the controversy or do we leave that alone?
We'll leave it alone. But I will say, yes, not normally a Berkeley fan, but it is a accessible, good-looking glide that agree. I wouldn't mind losing.
Agree. And that's where I was at with it. Readily available, easy to lose, even though we hate losing baits, but that's where I was at.
It happens. You got to sacrifice to the fishing gods sometimes to turn your luck around.
It happens. So James pulls out the Berkeley chop block is number one. Is the first one we dive into. I'm going to go to one we've talked about a couple times, and I have some of, and I'm super excited to get into this year. I'll probably pick up a couple more. Is Throwback. So I want to go there next. So listeners, we're going to hop on over to throwbackbaits.com. And we're just going to take a look. Now, this is a company that does drops, so it's going to be kind of hard to always get what you're looking for. I definitely recommend to follow them on social media. They'll notify you when drops happen, normally on Fridays, and they'll have new things out here. But if you're looking around, James, the things I have is the Wake Walker LT, which is their first ABS plastic bait and was their first bait. That's a Wake Walker. It's a wake bait. Super excited to use that. And then the other one I have is a Metro Glide. I got that in the Winter Gill. So I'm super, super excited to get those out, obviously. But left to still purchase, in my mind, is their new Mini. I really vibe to the new Mini. I know that doesn't fall in the big bait category, but I have to throw that out there. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's still
a swim bait.
Yeah, and it's sizable.
Sizable-ish.
I mean, it's 1.5 ounces. That is more than my traditional bait casting combo should throw.
My frog rod will handle it.
Oh yeah, totally. My frog rod is kind of my swim bait rod, I think.
Yeah, I think that's your best route.
2 ounces to 2.5, I think maybe is the top.
I think
somewhere around there.
Around there, yeah. I also want the little baddie. Now that I don't know what it is about that bunny, but it just, I don't know.
You really like those odd ones.
I'm an odd guy. I'm an odd dude. So, yeah, I like the odd ones. I know coming out sometime in the future that we'll be dropping a Metro Glide ABS. They're second in the market. It'll be probably a cheaper option, obviously, to get into. And I think it's going to offer the same deliciousness that the Metro did. So yeah, a couple of those there. I think a lot of their baits are sick. Their paint jobs are super good on here. Now that I'm thinking about this, James, this is going to be just a complete rabbit hole, like we did when we go down a tackle warehouse rabbit hole, and the listeners are just not going to get any.
We should go faster and not
we should
look
just
at
go
every
faster.
single thing.
Let's just throw out the companies that we're wanting, and if there's a bait that comes to mind when it gets thrown out, we'll just go with it. So there's Throwback. Where are you going next? What's your next one, James? Let's just go ahead. You go next. We'll go back and forth.
I mean, the old another classic. I'm going kind of more of your mainstream right now. Is the old Mag Draft.
So you're going to talk a softie. Mag Draft definitely. I don't know if you've seen this, but they actually have a Mag Draft jig head coming out.
Oh, really?
It's really sick. I saw it on the Megabass showcase for this year. I don't know when it's dropping. It'll be for a 5 and a 6 inch. Super sick. So yeah, Mag Draft. I think that's a great entry. I do want to call out, most things I've heard is you have to get the right speed with them.
Yes.
Which, if you're looking for your traditional softie like
bottom, bounce, slow, roll, softy, you're not going to get that with a mag draft. But what I do think you're going to get with a mag draft is confidence, because you can successfully swim that at a medium or higher rate of speed and get what you want out of it. And what's fun about that is you've got it comes with the treble hook underneath, or you can get the freestyle and you can use like a beast hook if you want. But I love to switch that hook, that treble hook. I flip it up to the top and I do a lot of rigging to mine to make it different. And I think in my mind, it's going to make it a better bait. I haven't fully put it to the test, but it is something I'm going to jump into. But since you said mag draft, I'm going to throw another soft company out, and I do know you can successfully bottom roll and slow roll them on the bottom and bottom bounce them, and that would be the Citizens by Working Class Zero. I've never gotten them. It has been a bait that I have wanted since I was started fishing again and really started watching swim bait videos and stuff. They are another drop bait that you have to find unless you want to buy them off the guys that like to rip you off on eBay, where they jack them up more than they need to be. But yeah, that one I know you can. Those look sick. If you've never looked at those, James.
So they come with an eyelet on them already.
It's a hook harness.
Oh, okay. Now
Yeah.
I understand.
So what you do is you take your Beast Hook EWG and you take their swivel off and you put that hook harness on, and then you put it back on the bait. And it makes it to where your nose won't rip out as much. Or they used to have more blowout with them back in the day.
Gotcha.
Comes 2 to a pack. There's 6. Well, there's the micros, which are like 3.5. Then there's 6, 7, 9. I think are all the sizes. And then you start getting to the Tyrant, which is even bigger. So yeah, a lot of different things there. But that Citizen is something I will get a pack of those. I will have some of those for fishing season.
For the
And as a side note, their new the new gutter toad, out of this world. That thing looks sick. That is a sick looking topwater bait. Sick.
Yeah, they do go up to 9s in the Citizens.
Do they?
For a soft swim bait like that, I will say they are on the pricier side.
Oh, they're way on the pricey
For
side.
a 2-pack, it is $45 for a 6-inch.
However, for a 2-pack, you can make that bait last a very long time with mended, or if you get a hot knife,
No.
you can just and back together it goes. So that's when we started writing down soft baits. That's the soft bait right now that I really want. There's another company we have written on here that I definitely will be using no matter what next year. But the Citizen and Working Class Hero is something I'm really hoping to have in my arsenal as well. Where are you going next, James?
Well, I'll give the shout out to I'll say new friends that we made at the expo, and I'm ready to try out some of those rod bender swim baits.
Dude, the drift?
Yep.
Or are you more going toward that X Twitch 110?
The X Twitch 110 does look nice. I am excited to throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You going with that one?
Yeah,
Over the drift?
I mean, I will tell you, Saturday I'll be throwing that rod bender jerkbait. But
I
that's
know.
not in this
That's
category.
not in this category, but we know that's going down.
Yeah.
What's also funny is Rod Benders had another swim bait there, and I didn't really like it. Not to hate on Rod Benders, but it wasn't my vibe because of the tail. When we went back the second day, the wife pointed out it was a selectable tail. So it was longer because you could remove how much you wanted to have the size you wanted on your tail. So a little more respect was given afterwards, and I'm kind of sad I didn't pick one up because I probably would have definitely liked to try it. But that drift looks sick. The gill color I have, that matte gill color, oh my goodness. If I could get that on any swim bait, oh my gosh, I'd have that on every swim bait. So yeah, I think if it's a Rod Benders on that one, definitely friends of the pod now, I do believe. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to I want to say also friends of the pod as well. Next, give it out to Dropout Supply. I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if I'm more looking forward to the Stray Shad or if I'm more looking forward for the Snack Gill now. I don't know which one I'm more excited for, but I don't know when he's doing his next drop. He's only got 2 colors left on his website right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still thinking about maybe picking one of them up because one of them is still the beef color.
Yeah.
James, idea live on the podcast. We pick up the beef color and we send it to Bobby Roast Beef.
Oh.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good idea.
I mean,
Might want to jot that down.
I got half on that right now.
I'm thinking about it same. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. We'll divulge on our own on that, not anymore on the podcast. But there may have been an idea just crackpotted up on the podcast. So yeah, rod benders, awesome. And then that Dropout Supply, dude. I'm telling you, I think Dropout's gonna have something for me, and I'm excited to put that one out. I do need to get something else. I want to put a custom order in with him too. So, but I do just thinking when you said beef, I was like, dude, Bobby Roast Beef. That's so good of an idea. What you got next for me, buddy? Let's rapid fire through the rest of these swim baits.
The cinch, like the one I got you
Oh my gosh,
for Christmas.
yes.
They do have a bigger size.
I need that bigger size in my life.
Yes.
And that color that they just dropped?
They did just drop it. Oh, it was the
What was that, dude? The cichlid. It was a cichlid, wasn't it?
it was
Shit. Why
Mayan.
Yeah, it's a Mayan cichlid is the name of the fish. It's a cichlid. I'm telling you, bro, that's it. It's a Mayan
It
cichlid.
looks so sick.
But there's only 300 of them each size in that color. They got to be gone by now. But anyway, yeah, that one, we've got to see that one in the water. And I'm going to tell you right now, so far out of all the ones I've seen in the water, it was delicious. Delicious. Very delicious. I'm going to go with a soft bait next. I'm going to go with the DC swim bait. I got that nice new one from Kyle. It's currently sitting on the biggest hook I own, which is a 12-aught Titan Rider. So I'm like just kind of so curious to see what's going to eat something with a hook that big. So that right there, I'm jonesing for. And it's a bottom roller. I like bottom rolling. And there's a couple his other bait he makes. The boot. I kind of want to get that one too. So some other things there from him that I think looks pretty sick. I think we only have 2 more left on here, James. By my looks of it.
3, 2. I might have missed one.
I think there's 2 that aren't on this list that need to be on the list.
Well, I'll throw out there one I'm excited to see you throw.
Yep.
And that's that Depths.
Depths 115, which I have right now. Don't worry, a 145 or 175 will be in Matt's hands before I go to before season starts.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton that we saw at the booth, they've got some available at their location, and also the wife. Well, I can't say that yet because that's a part of the section coming forward. So the only other one written down is the Huddlestons.
I've never even seen a Huddleston in real life, actually. I've heard it mentioned, but I've never really seen them.
Never seen them in real life. Only seen them on the internet. I heard they catch fish. Honestly, just kind of want one for that reasoning. And just to say I've tried one, really. Just from how much I've heard that it is good. But the 2 that aren't on here, one of them you did receive today. And that's Bait Sanity.
It's on a different list on here.
I know.
Tonight.
But I'm going to put it in here too because I want to get one of the Explorer gills. The bigger version of what you just got.
Yeah.
Seeing that looks sick. Love the color. Love the chop. Love everything about it. Packaging. Love what the company's doing. I'm definitely going to get an Explorer gill in the bigger size and put that in my arsenal this year. So I'm definitely going to put Bait Sanity up there as well. There was one other company I thought of and I lost it. I can't remember what it was.
I mean, there is one in another section also.
There's a couple in another section, but there was one more that was like a company that I was
Is there one
thinking
from
of.
Sixth Sense? Don't they have a...
Yeah, the Trace. That's the only one I've ever caught on. And I am sad that I have to admit the only swim bait fish I've ever caught on was on this 5-inch Sixth Sense Trace. It's a good lure. I mean, it's not a bad lure. I feel like swim baits are so niche. I kind of want to catch something on like a resin one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's another one definitely in Arsenal. I mean, my Bentley has like 6 of them. So that one also will be there. But there was another like actual like company I had in my mind.
Is it Clutch?
Dude, have you seen the Micro Boss?
No.
I'm sitting here talking about the smaller ones, and we were supposed to be talking about the bigger ones. They just released the Micro Boss. The Micro Boss. And in this, they figured out a way to bond the paint to the resin through a resin application. I don't know exactly how it all works or anything, but basically the paint will never, ever come off of that bait. Ever.
Wow.
And it's like, I don't know the specs on it off the top of my head, but Clutch is one I'd like to dive into as well.
Of course, there's also the really big one, and that's Buka.
Buka as well, but I'm not really wanting to dive into that one too much. That's in another section in here, which if you think about it too hard, it'll make your brain hurt. But I think that is where I want that. I don't want anything else from there. I mean, I could get a trick shad from Vance and an ABS one, or I could have gotten a resin one while we were at
The Expo.
the Expo glides that I got from Pockets. I'm excited for those too.
Yeah, Pockets.
Especially that crappie one. That was super sick. But no, there was none of those are the ones. I don't know what it was. That's all right.
Well, swim baits.
Swim baits.
It's definitely going to be a new adventure.
Yeah, and it's something like I want the listeners to know that these are things that I hope to update them on through this coming season.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
all of these. They will get constant
100.
updates from us on this and way much more.
They're gonna be so tired of hearing from us.
But yeah, I mean, if it's something that interests you, definitely go out.
Yeah.
Get yourself, maybe start out with some of the cheaper ones like we mentioned, like Berkeley and Sixth Sense or Buka.
6 Cents, Buka, Berkeley.
The big thing here, though, is make sure you upgrade your equipment to handle them.
If you make sure whatever you're getting can be handled in your equipment. Not everything we've talked about is, something that you can automatically throw right away. Obviously, that DC swim bait I was talking about, that's 5 ounces.
Yeah.
If you're throwing a medium heavy, that's a quarter to 3 or to 3/4, you're kind of screwed. You're not throwing that. But be smart in learning on what you want. Pay attention to weights and sizes and things of that nature. But I do think I'll make a bold statement. I don't know if I've said it before on here, but I do think this year is going to be the year of the micro swim baits, not micro, but the downsizing of swim baits, which I think is going to make it more accessible for a lot of people. And I think that's where it's going to grow from there, because then it's going to be, oh shit, I'm doing good on this little 3, 4, 5-inch one. What the hell? I'm on a 7, 8-inch one now. So I think there's going to be a boom there. But it'll be great to see our success and to see what does work. But the next approach we have on here, let's go ahead and just jump right on into it. We've talked about it a couple times already tonight, actually.
Yep.
And that is drop shotting. We are just full frontal jumping into the drop shot. And I'm not saying I'm going to throw it all the time, but it's definitely going to get tied on a lot more this year. And I think it's going to play a little bit more of a role than it has in years past. I think easy first bait comes to mind, Z-Man.
Oh yeah, got to have that elastomer.
We talked to it last week. The drop kicker?
Yep.
Because I said drop minnow last week, and that is not right. That's Great Lakes finesse.
Oh yeah.
I
drop
realized it
kickers
after
with
I
that
listened to it.
Also,
all on the
I
end.
was told I'm supposed to air this out on the podcast just so it's out in the universe. Last week when I talked about having a life change that like made it to where we didn't fish much, I just met my wife. My wife wanted to make sure I said that. So shout out, honey. I've cleared the air. But anyway, back to Z-Man. Yeah, so, and I also feel like we put down here trick shots. That's a new one that I think would work pretty well.
They have trick shots and they have the fatty trick
Fatty
shots.
shot, yeah. And I mean, even like we talked on the TRD part last week.
Oh, yeah.
You can drop shot that TRD.
I mean, basically any rig we ever talk about, we can probably mention the TRD. You could hook a TRD on your treble hook on your glide bait and probably catch a fish on it.
You know what? Normally I would try to argue with you on this, but you're not wrong. Because it's the happiest little turd you ever met.
Exactly.
So-
Brings you so much joy.
So much
But
joy.
drop shot.
Drop shot. I mean,
You got to bring it around to your favorite G-Crack.
yeah. And the only thing I thought of there is the Imikamushi, because that's what I've already caught on.
But I mean, as we mentioned in the lure light as well, when we gave those honorable mentions, you do have the smaller, the 2-inch gill that
Yep.
you could drop
Yep,
shot.
I'm gonna try
or
that.
the 2.8 shad, I think, would even work on the drop shot.
Shoot.
Just get the
Shoot.
elastomer versions
Hold on, dude.
so they'll float.
Even the elastomer version of the bellows stick, you got that little
Oh,
bellows,
yeah.
that little like 3-inch bellows stick.
Yep.
Yeah, or that little SAF stick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all kinds of stuff right
Now, you go into the SAF. Does it float?
No,
as well as
but
elastomer?
I would, if you rig your drop shot knot to be underneath that eyelet, it will tend to keep it up.
Okay.
Kind of a trick of the trade
That's,
there, but
that's the ultimate goal of the drop shot, probably. Because I mean,
would you say the ultimate goal of the drop shot is to keep it up?
oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're keeping it up also off the bottom.
You know, and it's something I'm into. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a go this year. Definitely Imikamushi. I said it last week, I think, as well. Shout out to Aros USA, the double sun. I meant to actually bring that so you could help me describe that better than I did last week. But we'll do that on another episode, or you'll see it when we go fishing.
I mean, let me attempt one. Okay.
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you take 2 octopuses, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Connect them at the head.
You squish their heads into one head.
Yep. And that's what it
And then
looks
you squish 2 pieces of glass up so their legs
Yeah.
flare all the way out.
Yeah. See, I was going to say you take a ball, 2 dinner plates, cut the plates into tentacles. See,
10 tickles?
10 tickles, because it's tickling. Yeah, so that's one I thought of.
Oh, got to mention the other company
Yep. You know it. Crush City, baby.
buy Rapplin.
We love Crush City around
Yeah.
here.
We've mentioned the Mooch Minnow many times.
Many
I threw it the
times.
creeks a lot, but they
Oh.
have something new coming out. And what is that?
Correct. And we called it out last week. Crush City Jerk. And it's
Yeah.
already out. You can get it on Tackle Warehouse. I need to get some. But
Yeah.
Crush City did a lot for us last year as far as like I still think if you're going to like big box stores and you're still buying like just a regular big conglomerate brands, you got to try that Crush City, man. It's wildly good.
And they keep coming out with new stuff.
The Mayor might be one of my favorite paddle tails of all time. Like, for real. And yeah, they do keep coming out with new stuff. And I love innovation. I love them keep going. Not saying that every lure they throw out is new and brand new innovation.
They put their own spin on it. Their ribbing is different than others.
Listen, dog, all I'm saying is only one lure out of all of them. I'm like, okay, guys. Really? And that's the, what's the one with the big old B flaps? You know what I'm talking about. It's their creature bait with the big old B flaps on the
Oh.
side.
Well, we don't do a lot of creature baits. It's the
But-
Bronco bug, right?
Yes, but if
Yeah.
you go on and look,
Because they also have the hedgehog that you'll never
100%
throw.
a Japanese lure. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I mean, it's not that different from the Bandito bug either.
no, but one of the fucking B flaps, dog. Them some B flaps.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
I bet they just ripple just right, too.
Well, they got to. They B flaps.
It's got very long antenna in between them.
Now, we also got on here one last company that we really love. I think this is a presentation that I don't think most people think of for drop shots, and it's something that I think is becoming more popular, or at least something I'm seeing more, and that's Big Joshy. Paddle tails. I'm thinking nose hook that paddle tail.
Yeah.
Drop shot, nose hook the paddle tail, swim it slow. Let the weight hit the bottom. You're swimming it slow, that paddle tail's just going to do its thing. So I'm thinking that's going to be a vibe. And where I want to try it is going to be with the Big Joshy. Because Big Joshy is like, if you need a paddle tail between 2.75 and 3.25, there is not a better paddle tail than Big Joshy. I am sorry, Mayor. I apologize. I know you got those sizes, dog. I'm going Big Joshy.
No.
This is how it is. But this is kind of the one of, out of all three topics, this is the only one that we have the least amount of items on as far as like what we're going to try. So I'm going to leave this up.
Well,
hold on. I'm going to leave this open to the listeners. I would love to see comments on wherever you're listening this at, whether it be YouTube or Spotify, because that's the only place you can find us right now. I would love to hear comments of lures that you would recommend for us to try drop shotting this year.
and I'll tell you, we'll try them and we'll report back.
Yeah, I mean, no, seriously. You give me a suggestion, it goes into the cart, it gets purchased, it goes into the inventory. We're going to give it a go.
And it goes into the water.
And into the water. And then if we have a great day, you never know. We might just send a little prize out to that person. You never know.
Maybe
You never know what beholds.
the color of our new favorite drop shot bait.
That, or maybe a rare bait you don't see all the time.
Yeah.
Or a piece of swag that we have. You never know.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
But before we move on from drop shot,
Yeah.
I will say I did just have to look up what the Bronco bug was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I forgot about a Crush City bait that would also be good on the drop shot.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Are you talking about the Crush City Ned Roll?
Yep, the salty Ned Roll. I think that would be pretty slick
Actually,
on the drop
that is
shot.
something I forgot about. And yes, I will be doing that. Might be the. Are those available?
Yeah.
I'm making a purchase. Because yes, that might be the next drop shot bait. I wonder if there's anywhere around us that has those.
Oh, probably.
You think Vance got them yet?
Vance might. Cabela's might.
No, Cabela sucks.
Their Crush City selection's not bad.
No, it sucks, dude. All they have is the Ned BLT, the Mayor, the cleanup crawl, the freeloader.
And the Mooch Minnow. That's almost everything.
Yeah, but they're missing the janitor worm,
They don't have
the
janitor?
pig sticker.
I guess I've never looked for the janitor. They have the pig sticker.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure.
And they don't have it in the store by us.
Uh.
They might have it
I guess
online.
I've never really looked for them, so...
No, there was a time that I was looking there because I didn't know about Vance yet until the wife pointed it out.
Well, that was very early on Crush City, too.
Actually, we did know about Vance, but we were just there to purchase other items, not fishing items. So yeah, yeah, good call out on that. That thing is sick looking. It's supposed to be meant for drop shot. You could also drop shot a janitor worm. I've seen Dustin Connell and Jacob Wheeler do it. And I think Mark Daniels Jr. Maybe not. I might be putting words in that man's mouth. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't put anything in another man's mouth.
Oh boy. All right, well that's drop shot. That's it for drop shot.
Yeah.
Those are the two techniques. Now we're going to go into the last one, which is more of...
You could say style.
Yeah, style. It is. Presentation, if you wanted. I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
What is it, Jay?
Well, you as you mentioned earlier, this year is going to be your year of extremes.
And now we need the extreme smalls.
Yes. We're both looking at the BFS.
Yes. I think this is gonna be sick. It's something that I like when we originally the idea was I'll do swim baits, you'll do BFS, and then we'll be able to like talk about different things. No,
Yeah.
like we're gonna just do it all.
Yeah, because I mean, I've already committed to changing my frog rod over to a swim bait rod.
Yeah, and I've already got my swim bait rod, and now I just have to get the BFS combo. My question to you, let's start this off. Have you committed yet to what you're looking at a BFS combo?
Looking at, yes. Committed, no.
No, you're still browsing.
I've got a couple things. I'm thinking almost no matter what, real wise, I'm probably going with the Cast King, probably the Kestrel.
Probably the Kestrel. Okay, that's a good choice.
I'm just not sure about the rod yet. I'm either going to go for a full Kestrel combo, or I might, now that I've seen it, go take another gander at that Euro Tackle BFS rod.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, that Euro Tackle BFS rod looks slick. I'm not gonna lie. And the Kestrel was something definitely in my mind because it's not like super expensive, but at the same time, giving Cast King that kind of like try. But then I thought, well, I do have a Cast King reel I just bought, so I am giving them a try. I'm gonna say I currently have a question into a certain somebody that hopefully will be answered. And it may change my mind on what I want. So hopefully old Bobby Roast Beef lets me know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But if I don't find out from him, or I'm looking at a full arc setup. I'm looking at a arc gravity BFS rod and reel combo. Is what I'm kind of leaning towards, which kind of sucks. If I had the money right now, I could get it because it's a part of the 25% off sale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like $100 I could get off of it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's an expensive combo for 20% to be $100.
Yeah, it's like $350.
Yeah, see, I'm looking more in the $200 range.
Yeah, see, so this is what I thought. And I think we're a little different here, but I think that I'm going to love BFS. I know you're going to love it too. That's not where we differ. But the difference is my tendencies. I will be like, okay, now I have to have what I find to be the best of the best. So now instead of having one BFS rod, I will have, or combo, I'll have two. There's nothing wrong with that other than my wallet is like, dog. You just could have just spent the 350 bones off the rip, and now you're at 600 bones for two combos, right?
Yeah.
Or 500 bones, whatever it may be. So I'm looking more towards like that. Now, granted, I have a question in. We'll see if that changes my mind, but hopefully that's kind of what I'm looking at. I looked at the Corrado BFS. I also looked at the Tatula BFS. Both kind of good options for me. But I don't know. There's something about the arc that I've heard a lot of good stuff about. So I'm thinking, and it's for me, that's trying a whole new company too, which is always something I like to do. Find new things I like. So yeah, I thought that was sick. I will say, for my question, I had to give lures that we were gonna throw on the combo, and my question was for ballhead jigs, Neds, tubes, finesse spinnerbaits, finesse chatterbaits, and if I could squeeze in one more, the BFS glides. Now, I do believe, coming back with the answer, I think he's going to say that you're going to need, between the two, you're going to need two separate, because I'm betting it's that whole treble and single hook kind of thing, but I don't know. We're just diving into this kind of headfirst new. But what are I just said some lure types. What are some lures, companies, and things of that nature that we're looking to try on this BFS ride?
Oh, well, definitely that small companies, because we've been leaning a lot more towards small companies lately. Definitely something we want to jump into.
Yes. So when we were writing up this episode, that was the original third, was small companies. But then we started thinking about it and was like, all of it is small companies. Dropout Supply is a small company. Rod Bender seems to be kind of a small company. We'll say
really
Big Shot,
nothing in the Drop Shot.
Big Joshy.
Joshy, yeah.
But also, I know for a fact, Drop Shot, I bet you I could hop on over to Dark Horse Tackle, and I could probably find me something there that I could drop shot. And that would be nice go with the small American-made business, which is something
I really want to do this year.
So, in the BFS realm,
But in the BFS realm.
one of the big ones for me is pig jigs, because those jigs we saw
God
at the
dang
expo, oh man.
Can I tell you something? The package that was supposed to be here today to be the second part of the Donk Express is for pig jigs.
Oh man.
There was a little hint. There was 2 things I left the expo from that I realized after I super duper needed, and I just went ahead and ripped some of those out of the purchase. Yes, what you're holding in your hand is exactly what I got. I saw that tank video about like 3 more times after that day, and I was like, God damn it, I need some piggy spins in my life.
I told you the other day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet and have to order a bunch of these before season, because I'm feeling like I'm gonna be tossing these in the creek, left and right, center, up, down,
But I don't-
every which way.
I don't want to give any more hints to what I got there because that's going to be in the Donk Express probably next week. But yes, pig jigs. There's so much there, and like I don't know. I did not catch that guy's name, the owner's name, but he does a great job, man. All of his stuff looks great. Love that he keeps the business and the family. Yeah, Pig Jigs is up there, super up there for me, dude.
I will say I'm disappointed in myself, and I will have to rectify this, because I was so blinded by the jigs that I did not get any of the pig plastics, and I'm gonna have to order some.
Neither did I. But you know, my problem there is, I guess my brain. We were looking at Neds at the time, and I'm like, I love elastomer. Are they elastomer? Okay, I don't want them. But now that I've browsed his website, there's like some nice small paddle tails and stuff that would be perfect on the back of a lot of things that he makes.
Like pig spinner?
Well, yeah, but let's not fray, dude. That pig spinner with a 2.75 big Joshy on it. Good Lord Almighty. Yeah, my first BFS one I'm going to call out is something that is super easy. Z-Man. I mean, Z-Man again. It's been tried and true for us for a very long time, but they have their own little micro line that I think would be perfect for BFS. Even just regular TRDs, Neds, things like that. Your normal bass gear. Yeah. Super easy. So we're definitely going to keep Z-Man in the pocket. And also one that we've used in the past we're not ever going to get rid of. Great Lakes Finesse. That juvie crawl will definitely get thrown on it. Snack craws. I got to get those drop kickers. The paddle tails. Those look sick. I like the drop minnow. That's actually the drop minnow. That's a drop shot bait.
Yeah.
So
the drop kickers.
Yeah. So yeah, both of them. Be drop shotting those and using them for BFS. So I thought those were good too. What's another one, James?
Well, I mean, we've tried some in the past. I know I tried some of their micro chatters, and that's Jigmaster. Yeah. I did use one of their micro chatters in the creek a while back.
No, wrong. That is not Jigmasters. Good call on Jigmasters. No, the only reason we have Jigmasters up here is because they have the micro buzz.
Oh, that's right, the micro buzz.
Yes. Only reason we have Jigmasters up here, and also I love their ball head jigs. Okay. So that's the only reason I put them up there for there. You're calling out a different company we have on here, or we don't have.
Yeah, we don't have on there.
Moondog.
That's why I went for Jigmaster. My brain went to Jigmasters.
Moondog.
That's right. It was Moondog.
I actually have a mini jig, a spin jig that would be great for it. Small BFS jig. Yeah. Perfect. I have a couple of them. So yeah, good call on that because we did forget about Moondog. You even have one of their amazing stickers on your car.
Yeah, I did.
It's the one that's got the smallie and the largie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Another small company that we've never tried. I've heard of them from Aggressively Average Anglers. There's a few of them that lures of theirs that I think look great. Mule fishing. You probably don't recognize them.
I don't.
But the only lure you probably seen was on Dark Horse Tackle. It's the bluegrass bug.
Oh yeah.
But they also have a little paddle tail, but it's like thin.
Okay.
It's called the donkey tail. And they got like a little one and a bigger one. They also have the mule minnow.
So they have a lot there. And there's all elastomer. So like that really kind of piques my interest. And they have their own beetle spin without the jig. So you can put your own jig and whatever you want. You know what the beetle spin is, right? It's like a mini spinnerbait, but it has like a free swinging ball head on one side with like normally a little like straight piece of plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see them like everywhere, Cabela's and all those places. It's like most people get them for like crappie and bluegill and whatnot. So that's another one that I thought was good. And then another one that we seen together, actually thought of together, was Euro Tackle.
Yes, because of an old YouTuber we used to always watch.
Funny enough, I actually pulled him up and watched a couple videos.
Yeah?
With the wife, because I was like, I gotta watch this and show you this guy, because I used to watch this guy all the time.
Oh, I love him. He's so entertaining, and he knows his stuff.
Dude, he knows more than his shit. He knows every species name. And I mean, he's going from micro to, I mean, saltwater, freshwater. And if you guys don't know who we're talking about, that would be Mr. EPF Fishing. Good old Extreme Philly Fishing. If you guys have never watched Extreme Philly Fishing's content on YouTube, it is some of the most energetic, just awe-inspiring fishing. This man he takes some little micro baits out and catches some tiny fish, and I mean, he's always so ecstatic about every catch he gets. Yeah, great YouTuber. And great, that company is sick, dude. EPF Swim is sick. What's a couple other ones I looked at? The Fat Assassin, I think, looks pretty good as a soft plastic. I've also used in the past the B-Vibe. I've also used their Z Popper, which is a micro popper. That is.
I mean, we mentioned the rod.
The rod
from
we
the
did
earlier.
They also have a BFS swim bait, the Neige.
That's right. I was looking at the Neige a lot.
The Neige on there.
We do kind of have a whole section here on BFS swim baits.
But I figured we'll just mention the Neige while we're talking about Euro Tackle. But we also just saw a frog on there, too, that we didn't know they had.
Yeah, that frog does look good.
That frog looks good.
I think you can get away with the, 2.5 incher on a BFS.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then their jigs are nice. I've always loved their ball head jigs. So yeah, I think they'll be a fun one to check out as well. What else do we have on here?
Well, I mean, moving into the swim baits, there's the Max Fishing Raptor.
That thing.
Which I think we mentioned last
We did
episode.
mention last episode. Get those suckers on drops. They look sick.
Yeah. I will say right now the Rex has a nice color option, whereas the Raptor is still just the plain white at the moment.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in that size, a plain white's...
probably not bad.
Yeah.
Probably not bad at all.
Of course, we mentioned the bait sanities that you gave me earlier.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, and they also still have the Bait Sanity Minnow. That's the one I probably will end up picking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bait Sanity's got that. There's also the 6th Sense Trace we talked about earlier. They have a new 3.25 or 3.75, one of the two, which they are classifying as a BFS swim bait as well.
I wonder what the weight is on that.
It's, I think, 3/16, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
A little bit on the higher end, but...
Yeah.
And if you're keeping in the swim bait category, you've got the Buka Trick Shot.
Yeah.
It's got that new 2.25 inch, I think it is. I think
so.
That one's looked pretty cool. And then there was that Gancraft Jointed Claw 70. That one looks super sick. We found that on Bait Finesse Empire.
Yeah, you just pointed that one out to me, and it does look pretty good. Now, when you first told me it was called a jointed claw, I expected a weird crawl glide, which looked insane in my head. But it looks really good. It looks delicious.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And then the last swim bait we have is the G-Crack Sapaku Swimmer. And also shout out as well when we're talking G-Crack, or since we're talking BFS, I do think there's some G-Crack BFS other baits like that 2-inch gill.
Yep.
I think you could get a little Ned and use that.
You could do how small does the swimmers come?
The size you got is the smallest, which is like 3.2 or 3.8.
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that. But they also we thought of that bellows stick.
Yep.
That also could be used as a BFS bait.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can Nico that, you can Ned rig it. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
Don't want ball head.
Would you say the G Crazy is a BFS?
I mean, it's light enough, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw it on there, buddy. Don't you
Yeah.
worry. There will be some Marshall Hawaiian hook sets coming your way. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna. There's that. I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot that we will dive into on that. I think we'll dive more into BFS than we will swim baits. I think will end up being what'll happen. I think that's because one, we enjoy creek fishing so much, and two, I really think availability and price range.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, you're looking at a more expensive like setup than I am. You're talking
well,
price.
not just that, but I mean, like,
But the lures
but
are cheap because there's not a lot of material in them.
looking at most of these baits on the swim bait list, they're pretty fucking pricey, dude. Not a lot
Really?
of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the Rex was what, 35, 40 bucks, 45 bucks.
40 for the Rex.
Oh, 40.
The Raptor.
40 for the Raptor.
85 for the Rex.
Yeah.
I mean, drop out or throwback. The cheapest one of theirs is 100. Or no, I have to take that back. The LT 59.99 or 49.99. Sorry for the Wake Walker LT. But even that, I mean, it's 2 ounces. You're getting into a new combo almost. I mean, your frog rod could push it if you want. But I mean, BFS, pig jigs. You could spend $30 at pig jigs, and you've got so much shit to throw.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So those jigs aren't pricey. They're
No.
definitely
Even-
affordable.
You can get a BFS glide bait for $20. That's how much those gill ones were. They're like $18.99. So basically getting the same thing. But yeah, I just think that is going to be more of the focus, I would assume, for the year out of all 3 of those. And then I think swim baits are the second, and I think drop shot's going to be your third. But it's kind of hard because I'm probably going to throw a drop shot on that BFS combo if I think I can pull it.
Oh, yeah. I think you can. Maybe not so much in the creeks, but...
No, not in the creeks. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I'll give it a test. But yeah, I mean, those are approaches of the year, James. Is there anything you need to add on to these suckers?
I think we covered pretty much everything. I mean, we went over some really deep ponderings in the beginning of this episode, not to mention the fantastic Donk Express surprise.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I knew you would enjoy that.
And-
I knew you would enjoy that.
We got a deep dive into the gill this episode, which was
Yeah, dude.
very educational. I got to ask some nice questions I've been wondering about the gill and haven't asked you yet.
I think, yeah, man, if the gill, 3.8 gill, start there. You'll have a good time. Get you some EWGs. You have a great time there. I think it was a great episode. I think we had some great conversation. Talked about some things. Hopefully the listeners learned some stuff, or at least heard enough companies and things to look at. And if they're looking at any of those techniques that we talked about, I will say, just as a little shout out, the previous Jigs and Bigs episode of what week was this week? What day would it have been? Monday the
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday it was, which was the 11th, February 11th, right? 10th. He did tips on glide baits, and I thought his tips were really, really, really good. So if you are thinking about getting into swim baits, glide baits, things of that nature, I think you should listen to that one. Listen to those tips. Something you might learn if you didn't learn anything here. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this episode of Small Ponds, Big Dreams. We appreciate y'all for taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed the show, give us a follow, leave a comment, and share it with a fishing buddy. Until next time, keep your lines tight and your rods bent.
And your dreams big.